Hello and welcome to Drumard Farm. Yes, we are back on the farm, and I thought we'd start with the pigs, really, because we really need to check. Food has gone down 8,000 litres now, so they're eating a little bit more. Water's gone down. It's just so little that it's gone down. It's unbelievable. But at least we're checking. So offspring in 3 months, so they're really coming on. Value, we ought to be checking that as well, really, to see how much are they actually worth. That's that we need to know. So 700, we paid 200 for them, so still 500. Not gone up any more since we looked last time, which, you know, I suppose that is about right, which is amazing. So again, our tractor that's been sitting here for months is still not needed. Yeah, it's typical, isn't it, really? Right, let's do this left tip as well. Is it going to be left tip? I think so. Open cover. It's already open, so why would you say open cover? Grain door. Left, that's better. So ready to rumble when it is, and we've got the water one ready, which I don't think that's going to be needed for a while, but let's just quickly top that up. Because it's not been obviously it is going to go a little quicker soon when they do give birth. Obviously it's going to be, I mean, I don't mean it's going to gush, because it's not. The other thing I thought was, look, you're doing pigs now, this is your first year, but you know, like what happens near, you know, normally is the fact that you need to go bigger, and I mean that in like real life too. You know, it's what you would do. So I don't seem to be close enough to the tap to actually sense it. That's better. Not that we really need to, but yeah, just also I'd like to see how this manages with a heavy 16,000 litres, because it's only 102 horsepower. I've got to be honest, there's very few tractors, low-end tractors, that woo me, and our Holzer's a cracking modder. I've always been impressed with Holzer's mods. Usually older kit as well, really. It's quite frequent that here's an older kit. This is a really nice tractor. Its steering ability is absolutely phenomenal. It's not powerful, that's not what I'm trying to say, but it is really a nice tractor. I really do have fallen in love with it. Yeah, for a small tractor. So, I mean, obviously the price is to die for, because it's an old barn find, and like we've just done it up and all the rest of it. So now then, this is true. We also got in the 70 tonner, haven't we? Yeah, we have. So that's ready to rock and roll. These are all fine, fantastic. It's, yeah, 5 to 2 on September morning. Now, the other thing I've been thinking of, I've been racking my brains to think, well, look, you know, obviously at the beginning I did say this, and it is true that, you know, you've got to look regularly in the sales if you're doing this as a business, right? But I thought, what I really want to do is like not sort of like stay and sell, you know, lots of things, but sort of to get less and less. We've got to look, because you've got to see if there's anything for you. You've also got to look to see if there's, and I thought, well, why not? If you get above 500 grand, so you would consider that as doing well, why don't you like say that you can't have anything below 100 grand, or say 70 grand? You know what I mean? That way you're sort of filtering out all of the stuff that at one time you needed to do to get yourself money. And I thought you could sort of do it the other way. You could do 200 grand. If you're above 200 grand, anything above 30 odd, 27, around the 30. I'm not going to be like the secret police, because if, you know, obviously you're trying to earn well to begin with, so you need more to actually, but when you get to like 500 grand, and to be honest, I think you should like backpedal a little bit and see what is in the sales, and like only, yeah, like all of those would be totally gone. We're not bothered unless it was for ourselves. Right, so then let's go through till 6 o'clock. I mean, obviously you don't want to miss anything yourself, but to be honest, we've sort of almost got a full set of equipment where you don't really need. That's a little bit fast, but not too terrible. We're only half an hour over. Yeah, so yeah, nothing. nothing, and nothing that we want either. So, yep, we'll do it like that. I think I'm happy with that. It just means we look and we move on, which I like. Not a very good sick-up, but we have had some crackers. You can't, you know, like always have cracking ones. Yeah, now that one's 77,000. It's close enough, and that's what I'm saying. If you've only got one thing to do, it's really not a bad thing to actually grab, is it? You know, like the one thing, because otherwise you're not earning anything from it either, I suppose. And that's what as I sort of made the rules, I thought, well, you'll see if it works or not, and that's what I'm saying. That's one item. I could have left it till morning, actually, couldn't I? Yeah, where it's like light and easy to see. I could have done, actually, it's true. So, but yeah, I think it's not a bad idea. I think it's I'm liking how clear we are down here. Otherwise, you're not earning anything, it's true. I mean, not that you need to earn really well, obviously, because you've already done really well. Right, let's go on to 9 o'clock? Yeah, I think, no, or 8 to 9. Alright, nearly 10 then. That, yeah, it's not so easy to do. So, another one of hoses. Oh, wouldn't that go with... No, not an English mat. Well, Irish mat, but you know what I mean. Is that the one? No, that is literally is exactly what it is. So that's what I'm saying. It's only one thing. Yeah, that's it. Everything we would do this morning, unless we wanted something, which that's not bad, I don't think. It speeds things up. But also you're not like neglecting your business that you've like worked. But like most people, you know, when you're hungry at the beginning, you need, like, you've got bills to pay and all the rest of it. But like as you sort of get, you know, bigger, then I mean we're up to 606,000. Right, so now it's time to actually do a bit of work. So then what we should see that our fields are ready for harvesting. Well, some of them anyway. Oh, those two aren't. So that's sunflowers and corn. No, that's corn. So corn is ready. And we know that's not ready. That's not supposed to be. So these are going to be ready tomorrow. Now, can corn be done tomorrow as well? Yes. Yeah, because our others are late. Or is it better to get the corn done? We got 2 harvesters, and they're only small fields. I suppose we could actually, even speeding time up, we could crack on and get... I've got one of them with a corn header on, which is the one... I think it's that one. I know they've both got corn headers on, but yeah, I left... Right, let's crack on. Yeah, I don't want to not do it. So I'm going to do this. It's not going to be a lot of work. We could actually use them because that's not been used a lot either. I keep wanting to call it the next out. It's the next. My bad. Right, we're going to time lapse it. We are. So I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and go. No, we do need... No, we have got a normal grain harvester that will cope with this. So what we could do is actually roll that backwards for now. The TV's trying to rebel up above. Switch off. So I'm uploading. So enter. Just what I'm thinking is... You can just roll that over the, like in the hedge like so. And that should be enough. We should... Oh, I got out a little bit further than I thought. Right, okay, let's get stuck in. Alright, I'm going to say my words. We need to unfold the harvester. And we need to lower and then switch on. And let's get cracking. Yes, so I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Pigs and manure and slurry as well in the proper yards. Obviously I've got one of my own that I've got, and very rarely use it because I don't frequently do pigs. But again, I wish to eradicate the curse of FS19. This where are you going? That is true. Where am I going? Yeah, I was checking about me damage, but I can see that I'm plainly not damaged. So let's get the course ready. I've done that thing again where I press me wrong button and then I go out of the game for a second. Now we're back. Yeah, so Agriflex SPB. Grab the one course we've created, which is 8.4 meters. Load. And we want first on this as well. Fantastic. That's just ready to click. So sorted. So it's 20 past 10. And already we've got out. Where am I? Oh, I'm hitting the gate. I was thinking, why am I not coming backwards? Because you're hitting the gate. That's why. So animals done. Corn done. straw being set going, and it is time to go through till 1 o'clock ish. Oh, maybe 2. And then we look for a second and check, and we've got 2 items that we can actually buy within our new limits. I do like it. Yeah, no, it work, and also speeds things up, because obviously my biggest thing is people's time, and also the fact that it's okay. Let's get rid of the Goodyear because it's a bit. Why have I got options of 3,000 and some? What is that? Flashes extension. No, I'm happy with standards. I do like those though, but not paying $3,000 for them. I was going to say, do we need another tractor? But I don't think we do. I've got to be honest. I think with what we have got already, I think, to be honest, I'm happy with what we've actually got. If it becomes obvious, because obviously we are increasing our, like the amount of fields we have. If we found that, like we don't, the other thing we do need is Ridiculous Dominic's plough, which is below 5,000, so therefore doesn't need a special license. Otherwise, I would have ordered this a long, long time ago. Yeah, I'm trying to refine the rules because, I want it to be so that it's not mega boring. I mean, I've always looked at the sales when I remembered before. Always, it's always been an important feature because I've always loved it since FS25. I was one of those features thinking, oh, Giants, please don't take the sales away. I was steeling myself for the fact that, it could be gone. But obviously they didn't, which I'm very grateful for because I personally think it's brilliant. Right, let's grab and stick that on the front in case there's anything else we do need to grab. Oh, we didn't repair it. Oh, my life. Let's get that done. This is just such a fantastic bit of kit and folds away to, as you can see, the same size as the tractor. It's amazing. It is. I love it. Right, so repair. I'm stealing myself. Oh my life. Now remind myself. 465. It is indeed. So this is the biggie. We've got a beacon light as well. You don't need to switch. I think everything was okay. Rubber boots, sign, underbody lights. Ooh. It's going to look nice. Ooh, okay, 3 colours it is. Flags without, toolbox. Yeah, but it doesn't do anything, does it? That's my point. No, I'm happy. Main colour is, 500. I thought it disappeared then. I thought I'd accidentally sold it or something. With it disappearing off the... Oh. Yeah, we need that. Let's see, can we nudge it back? Oh, wow. I think we should be able to, really. So this is our lead tractor now, 465 horsepower, very respectable indeed. Right, let's go through till tea time. We've checked. No, not too bad. That was actually, I was going to tell myself off, but no, don't need to do that. Just switch my light on and it switches it off. So, I think this is where there's a nothing. Yep. Again, if we find the amount's too much and there's items for 70 grand, but I've got to be honest, we're still pushing on with this amount, of stuff. So, It's October. Let's go through till tea time. Sorry, like tomorrow morning-ish. Yay. Not quite done it, has it? Now, guys, our worker is working. Yay. Oh, another one of those. Do we? Do we buy a second one? We would need a second home topper. I'm trying to think, obviously we're going to be getting bigger. Let's do the second horn topper as well then, if we're going to do this. Because although we're not going bigger, I think it was in beet harvesters. Still classes them, and so we want a second one of those. Find used, because them's the rules. Fantastic. And let's go through till 9 o'clock in the morning. I just thought it gets the harvester like I really wanted. Not too terrible, not too terrible at all. And we are going to need soon. Oh, the back bar mower. Do we get that in case we do a bit of mowing? It's a very good price for my own mower. It's not a bad idea, is it really? I've got to do some more work on that just to finish it off. Fantastic. So, harvester. Yeah, the power on the harvesters is only just there for the 9 meter, but it's I did try like 10s and 12s, and it sort of totally destroys the amount of power it's got. So 9 you can just manage, and you can tell it's about, you know, like what it should be, that you wouldn't want to go any more with it. So let's just grab that. Repair it. Yeah, I mean, we're not even looking for anything because we're like happy with what we've got on the farm. So let's repair. In fact, let's grab our fence and let's send him. Wow, it's not a bad price, is it? Let's send him back. Do we need to take anything? We could take the Noah. We're going to need that soon. We're going to have a look at our charges this morning as we set our harvesters going. And our baler, I'd imagine our workers probably not far off done with our straw. They pulled an all-nighter. Yeah, we'll do this ourselves. I think it's not. No, that's the beauty of using this. It's mind you, you're right. We've only got to go over that. It's not a monstrous amount of time, or you're talking about a minute max on the road, and it saves that starting the engine, moving on. So I think sometimes. But it is true. This has reminded me a bit sometimes of the natural flow of the farm. If you follow that, I very frequently sort of got out of the habit going to the store and that. And I've got to be honest, it's part of the sort of process, the daily process of the farm. Going down to the store, grabbing your stuff and grabbing it, repairing, all those type of little jobs. It brings a natural life to the Let's Play. Something that I frequently haven't been doing recently, that it sort of reminded me, yeah, well, this is what you sort of like, what you're missing really. And I think it's true, right? So sunflowers are definitely ready. We need to set the home topper going, I think, otherwise the wheel has ended, and yeah, it's true. So we need to set this going in a little while. So let's stick this like there. Get this on our back. We need to set the baler going first, and then we are going to follow when that's done in a few minutes. So let's get this on the back now. Windrower is still going, actually. It's not finished. But I'd imagine he or she is a goodly way through being done. Right, now it's going to get busy. There's going to be loads of jobs going on, so I'm going to say my words. Let's time-lapse the rest, so it's not a monstrous... I'd like to get it all finished in one session as well. Well, hopefully. Maybe the straw might be another session, but apart from that... So I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. That does seem a little bit poor, even for sunflowers. 1,527 litres. I know it's a small field, but it does seem a little bit on the small side. I don't think I've ever seen that little amount. Yeah, it is a horrible turn. So yeah, this is what I was saying. It's sort of like you turn back on yourself. And now it's like stuck. Game mechanics. Yeah, don't know why that's struggling. I've done it on. Come on, give me a break. Oh, I don't want to be in this. Tippy tappy, tippy tappy. No, well, it does emphasise what I was saying, that your farming instincts are about right. I did say that this was, you know, like that it was, and this is sort of what I was emphasising. This is, I'm not going to say a mistake per se, but what I mean is it's making access to the big field almost impossible, because you'd not want to tackle a field of that size with a like epoxy. Yeah, it's true actually. We're nearly done, aren't we? Yeah, we only needed the sunflowers. The others, the little one. So you know the special harvester, which it is true looks like you probably could do with. Yeah, when I used to use the little spinner, the really tiny one, I think it was a 1.2 meter. Obviously, it's even smaller. That I always would use a team of 2 or 3. I think we might need to do this ourselves. See, I've never seen it have issues like this, where it's like struggling. Let's drop that off as well. You're not really supposed to keep header on for a long time, are you? So, how are you doing? Oh no, you seem to be. Let's check. How are you managing? Oh, you're faffing around. Oh, your gear worked. Oh. Just go round and round and round. What did you do? Naff all. I'd already done that, or the other work had already done that. Right, okay. Looks like it's just little old me for some reason. Should we try a standard worker, though? See how well... No, they still faff around. It needs doing. Let's get cracking. Yeah. So I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Right, other than the odd little stuff, this last little tiny row is about it. Not bad. No, I quite like it. It's I think it's slightly smaller than the 188A modding did in FS25, but it's still nice. Nice bit of kit. I'd like to do something similar, but just a little bit bigger. Like a 6 meter. So would you get away with that? Probably just. Maybe sort of like a 4.5 might be about the right spot to do on this one, I think. You know, because that way you'd get away with almost any sort of like, and then you could do a 6, but a folding one I think is a bit beyond me at present. I'd like to like do a few to sort of do, yeah, I mean to do content as well. I've got to do modding that's to do proper modding. If I was to mod a proper thing, it would take me weeks to do an item well, you know, and that's the kind of thing. Whereas modifying an existing is not as much work, but although it is sort of as much work in another way, it's not that beautiful bit of kit this. So let's set the windrower going on that other field, put these back into our other fields. Our the as I say, the mowing, the ploughing's been finished as well. I noticed the no, it's in that one. Yeah, that's the one we want. Stick this away. And again, it's a set, so this, it doesn't matter if you do sort of like put this back to back, because it's, you know, like you're gonna, aren't you, really? Let's just make sure we get that in the right place. Yeah, worked very nicely. It is true. I think a 4.5 meter would be really quite nice. Oh, I'm knocking the other one down. No, 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 no. Brilliant. Right, so then we need to grab the... yeah, this exact one. So 2 bales, 2 big bales, 32,000 litres offer. Now that's another thing that I think was nerfed. I get a feeling that there was a certain time, and I sort of thought I was imagining it, that I thought, I'm sure we're getting less straw than we used to. And I think I'm right. I do really think straw has been used to get like hundreds of tons. I mean, especially, I mean, sunflowers are really amazing. Now, this is what I'm saying. It's just so tight. I think if any mistakes you could say Cavalier always made a mistake, that would be the one that's not allowed for like equipment going through, that really probably needed to be a little bit wider, just to allow for the fact that it turns in on itself. Don't get me wrong, when I say a mistake, I mean from a perspective of like us doing this. Yeah, as in like, I'm not saying he's made a mistake. No, sorry, I'm nearly... right, let's just set this going. Yeah, it's not a mistake, as in the fields do exist like this, you know, where they are awful, you know, and they are bad. But the thing is, whoever this farmer is, to have to go away where the proper path is to field 13 is here, you'd never get equipment in to this gate going back on yourself like this without a wider gate, because you need big equipment for a big field. It really is that simple. So I'd imagine the farmer who did this would insist on this being done, or they would have to come all the way down there, and that's a bind, because I'd imagine field 13 should really go with this farm, because it's the biggest field next to the farm, whereas now I'm ignoring it because there's no way I'm getting in this field with like things, and other than do my usual trick of like making, like going out, but it would ruin the character of where we are. There's nothing I can see where I could actually add a natural ramp or anything like that without totally ruining the character of the map and the fields and the area. So I'm not doing it because I just don't feel it can be done anywhere properly. So I'm leaving that alone. Right, so let's just concentrate on what we're doing. It's got the field position. It is field 12. And we can just click generate. So we want a field 12. And we want 8.2. Save course 8.2 meters. I keep getting sorry. There's a bit of reflection on my. I've got like an orangey light, so that it's good for like your eyes at night. But it means it's got a bit of glare, so you can't always see terribly well. I can't get over how poor the. Yeah, that's really was quite terrible. How awful the harvest was. 1,200 and something. That's just like, was it worth it? Is sort of like the way I would look at it. Still not quite little bits. So where are we still? We've got well, what I would class as a bale stack. That shed over there, I think, was originally made. I might hide the boxes because they sort of take up quite a bit of storage for the bales. Yeah, so what I'm thinking is animals. I do think it's true. I think what we'll do is we'll make a bigger enclosure. Not sure where we'll put it. That's the one thing I am going to sort of say. Let's just get this bit on the outside. I love how this is so phenomenal. I think it really is quite amazing bit of kit. The way it actually maneuvers, it's just so amazing. So field 12, 8.2 meter, clear and load, and you're ready. We'll, no. Yeah, start his engine. So let's grab you. I haven't forgotten that I've not got the sugar beets off. We're going to do that next. I just thought I'd set all. So we've not got. Have we? No, we haven't got a stone picker, have we? I thought we had, but we haven't. No, I would see it. Right, okay, so that's one thing we haven't actually got, and that is a stone picker. So let's grab one of my favourite stone pickers. Now, these do take up a lot of room. That's true. We are going big field soon. That's my point. No, I'm going the wrong way. Forage wagons. There we go, stone pickers. I knew it was roughly about that. So I'm going to go for my absolute favourite. I love Black Sheep Moddings. That's my second favourite. But this one by BSSB, who I always get his name wrong. I know we don't want any arm collision. And we do want to find used. Continuous search. Fantastic. Excellent. So let's just... See, this is what I love about this as well. It's a detail plough as well. Is the fact you can do little tiny bits if you was going to make a field. It's one of the things I did love about Black Sheep Moddings. You used to be able to do... block by an object. See if you fix yourself. Yeah, you used to be able to fold the 12 or the 9 meter and then use the middle section, but you can't do that anymore. It's like just gone full size, and I thought, oh, that's really disappointing. It was one of the strengths of the plough. But it is what it is. Anything else? Yeah, no, I would imagine it's done exactly the same this end. It's the mulchy bit. It just sometimes just misses the mulchy bit in certain places. And I do like to do my fields properly. If you're going to do it well. Sometimes. Well, I mean, that's what I aim for. I don't mean that you always do it. Yeah, that's what my aim is for that. Right, so now we need to grab the... In fact, yeah, that is true. You will do, I think, nicely for this. Blocked by an object. Oh, no, you fixed yourself. So, let's stick these in where I was talking about this shed here. I would say is of all, there's one that resembles. Thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.